Unexpectedly quiet here at Wits University today, of course, because of the coronavirus, and this particular university actually registering and getting their first positive coronavirus from one of its students. But of course, besides that, from what the president had said just last night, the university has also decided to postpone some academic activity. However, some staff is also still here just to ensure that there's progress and that things actually do get going. To give us more details about what things will need to get going, I'm joined by Sharona Patel, the spokesperson of Wits University. Sharona, thank you so much for your time. So just give us details about the staff that is here. What are you expecting from them as a university?
So all classes have been cancelled and all academic activities, all university activities have also really been cancelled. However, we have our staff to come in because we do still need some operations to take place. So we have about 6,000 students in residence as we speak, and they still need food, we still need the place to be clean, we still need security services. We have lots of professors and students growing things in laboratories. We've got many experiments still underway. So we're still open for staff. We have our staff to take the necessary precautions though. So sanitizers have been made available. We've asked them where they are on the front line to use masks, gloves, etc. Our campus health and wellness center is just over there, and we've got some nurses who have been trained. They've got the latest protective equipment and gear, and students can go there if they do want to be tested and if they are feeling unwell.
Do you have any idea as to how the student who's got COVID-19 from Wits is doing at the moment?
So the student is doing reasonably well. The student was asymptomatic last week. That means that the student didn't have any symptoms. The student has been in self-isolation since last Wednesday, and normally it takes about 5 days for these symptoms to show. The first test, which was done by an external laboratory, came back as positive, and based on that, the university then took these precautionary measures. However, another test has been done by the NICD, and those test results are expected today. Now, what could happen is that the first test that's done at most of the laboratories are what we call tests that show bias towards being positive. And that's a cheaper test. And then once that's done, the NICD has to repeat the test. So that's being repeated at the moment, and we'll have those results today. Now, that student was in class on both Monday and Tuesday last week, and that student may have come into contact with up to 350 people. It's highly unlikely, and it's highly unlikely that she had contact with any of them, but as a precautionary measure, all 350 students have been asked to go into self-isolation. Those students are being tested, they are being monitored, they are being screened, and they have the full support of the faculty and the university at this stage.
All right, so what happens then to the 6,000 plus students that are in res now?
So we'll be making a decision about that today and how we proceed going from here. So the university is closed today, but from tomorrow onwards, the senior executive team is meeting with representatives from the Department of Health and the Department of Higher Education and Training. They will also consult with other universities in the sector and make a decision as to the way forward from tomorrow onwards. We will take advice on what happens with the resident students from the NICD, where they will advise us on what to do with populations or large populations such as our students. Wits has about 38,000 students, about 15,000 staff members, permanent staff members about 6,000, so it's a very large community. However, one of our biggest concerns are students who remain in residence.
Okay. Thank you so much, Sharona Patel, just giving us details about what is going to happen now going forward, but more discussions still needed before anything can be finalized.